Good morning, students. Welcome back to this e-learning class. Students, in this video, we are going to cover two important topics, namely nationalism and imperialism. Nationalism and imperialism. Under this topic, we will read about the Balkan issue. How the both Balkan wars paved the way for World War One. So nationalism and imperialism, under that Balkans, the source of nationalist tension in Europe, and how this Balkan issue leading to the First World War. These topics we will read. Students, by the last quarter of 19th century, that means after 1870 or 1875, by the last quarter of 18th century, the European states, they not only confined with the national idealistic liberal democratic sentiments, but also they went beyond that one. I repeat, by the last quarter of 19th century, the European countries no longer confined with the nationalism, but also they went beyond the nationalist sentiments, and which further leads to the wars. I read the lesson, listen students. By the last quarter of 19th century, the nationalism no longer retained its idealistic liberal democratic sentiments. During this period, nationalist groups of those countries became increasingly intolerant with each other, and were ready to start wars. This is the condition in Europe at the time. And this situation is largely found in Balkan states. Before telling about Balkan states, first I want to explain what is a peninsula. A peninsula is a huge landmass which is surrounded three sides with what? Water. For example, our India. India is a peninsula, Indian peninsula we are calling. Malaysia or Malaya Peninsula. Like this Balkan Peninsula. It is also surrounded three sides with water. One side it is having the Adriatic Sea. On the other side it is having Aegean Sea or Aegean Sea. And the south it is having Mediterranean Sea. That means three sides it is covered with sea and one side with what? Land. And it is situated toward the eastern part of Eastern Europe, or I can say it is in Eastern Europe only. This Balkan Peninsula consists of the following states. Example I am reading: Romania, Bulgaria, Montenegro, Albania, Croatia. So Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece capital Athens. So Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, okay, and Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, and Montenegro. These are all the states which are located in Balkan Peninsula. And since long back, these Balkan states which are located in this peninsula were under control of Sultan of Turkey, Turkey control, Ottoman Empire control. Though they are Ottoman Empire control, but the people who are there in this Balkan states were Christian subjects. They are following Christianity, but living under the control of they living under Turkish control means what? Islamic control. Naturally, the people who are Christians they will not prefer to be under control of what? Islamic rule. So they were unhappy. That is one reason. Moreover, the people who are living in these Balkan states were called Slav people, a type of race. Slav, S-L-A-V, not slave, Slav people. The same race people also found in Russia. That's why Russia is always supportive to the Balkan states in achieving the independence from the Sultan of Turkey, from Islamic control. Now, a large part of Balkans were under the control of Ottoman Empire, as I told you now. Now, these Balkan states, in these Balkan states, what happened? the ideas of romanticism, which we studied in this chapter earlier, the spread of the ideas of romanticism, the spread of the ideas of romanticism, or I can say romantic nationalism, the spread of ideas of romantic nationalism in Balkan states, together with the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. That means it is the spread of romantic nationalism in the states which led the people to revolt, against the Turkish control or Ottoman Empire control. Moreover, these states were also supported by the Slav people of Russia. Okay. Hence, what happened? These people rose in revolt, and initially Macedonia, Bulgaria, these states, they got independence. When few states got independence, then other Balkan states also got inspiration from those two to three states, and they also started the similar movements against the Ottoman Empire. Okay, and finally they get independence. The Balkan area became an area of intense conflict. The Balkan states were strongly jealous of each other, and each hoped to gain more territory from the others. I can say like this, each Balkan states, they became very jealous of each other, and each state wanted to get control over other states. Moreover, some of the European countries, they are also showing lot of interest to have their access, to have their control over the Balkan states. Okay, now this jealous feeling led to conflicts, and these conflicts further paved the way for World War I. Now, leading to World War I. Students, you should remember the dates of World War I. Actually, World War I started in August 1914, and ended in the year November 1918. It was fought between two important groups of people, that is Triple Alliance and Triple Entente. Entity. Okay, actually this is World War I was initially started by two small nations, Serbia and Austria, and slowly many countries took the side of Serbia and many countries took the side of Austria, and the small battle or war between these two nations led to the most destructive war in the world, that is called World War I. Now, each power, Russia, Germany, England, Austria, Hungary, were keen on countering the hold of other powers over the Balkan states. As I told you, most of the European countries, they showed their interest to have access over this Balkan state. They want to control these Balkan states and extending its control over the area. This led to a series of wars in the region, in the Balkan region. Whenever one country will try to occupy other country, then naturally it leads to what? Conflicts and wars. And finally it leads to First World War. Nationalism allied with imperialism led Europe to disaster in 1914. The anti-imperial movements, against imperialism, the anti-imperial movements that developed everywhere were nationalist, because they are all struggled to form independent nation states. People everywhere developed their own specific variety of nationalism. The idea that society should be organized into nation states were accepted by the people as natural and universal. Here one word came, imperialism. What is meant by imperialism? Actually, imperialism started in mid-19th century. The period after 1870 is called the age of imperialism. Lenin and one more person, they described imperialism in their own ways. Okay, I can say imperialism is the highest stage of capitalism, it is the third stage of capitalism. Now, what is the definition of imperialism? Whenever one strong country, powerful country is attacking on a weak and small country to bring their country under its control for its political reasons and economic reasons, that is called imperialism. Whenever a strong country attacks on a weak country and tries to bring that country under its control for its economic and political reason, economic exploitation and some political reason. That's called imperialism. Or I can say like this: rivalry among the European powers, for the colonial expansion, rivalry among the European powers for colonial expansion is also termed as what? Imperialism, which started in mid 19th century. It is the third stage of capitalism or high stage of capitalism. It was defined by Lenin. Lenin viewed imperialism as the high stage of capitalism. Okay, so students, in this way we have completed the topics. So this is the end of this chapter. This is the last video. Thank you very much.